Hi, Councilor Tavares. Yes, I'm Richard Ripley. I'm here representing the Brockton Residents Council, Jamal Brathwaite Show. I'm here to ask you, you don't have to answer, of course, but I wanted to ask you, what role does the City Council have in providing financial oversight of school spending?
Well, we still, still waiting for the response because as far as we are just hired for audit, as of right now, I don't have anything to say until the audit.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, and these aren't my questions, these are from the Brockton Residents Forum. I wanted to ask you, has an external audit firm been contracted with the City of Brockton to review the school finances and or other city finances?
Yes, I believe so.
Last one. If an external audit has been contracted with the city, what is the name of the audit firm? What is the scope of review of the audit firm? And what departments, systems, processes, and period of time will be subject to the audit review? Please.
I'm so sorry right now I cannot answer all of their questions, but definitely I will get back to you on that.
One final question, I'll let you go. I know you and I have a meeting next week, if I'm correct, the 4th. I just wanted to quickly ask you one question on the BAT buses. Only one, I'm not here for that, but I wanted to throw this in. Do the people of Brockton have a right to get on a BAT bus safely without the driver illegally moving the bus and threatening their safety?
Well, I got a lot of call on that. I'm still working on that. Actually, Monday I have a meeting with a couple people regarding those issues as well.
Okay, and do you have another minute? I don't want to keep you. One quick question. Okay. Now, the City of Brockton, has certified letter, has confirmed the threat is real. Rita Menda's office has confirmed the threat is real. The Brockton Police Department have confirmed the threat is real on BAT buses. And the BAT bus company hasn't confirmed the threat is real. Why isn't that enough to have the city issue a statement to the people? Councilors, I have a question for you. You're on camera walking away. I have legitimate questions about public safety and about the audit. Do you want to go on? Do you want to answer the questions? Or do you want to walk away? These are legitimate questions. I can't hear you.
Are you Mr. Gatlin?
I'm sorry?
What is your name, sir?
My name is Richard Ripley. I'm the BAT bus guy.
I got an appointment with you.
Oh, you're Minnesota? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you. You look smaller. You look smaller in person. I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't confront you because you're meeting with me. I'm sorry. Ignore me.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got a
That's okay. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Your picture doesn't do you justice. Our meeting is on the 27th at 9 a.m. on 555 Pleasant Street. Okay. Can I ask you a question about the audit? Is that a legitimate question? Okay. Mr. Farwell, you're on camera walking away. I have legitimate questions about the audit. It's nothing to do with the BAT bus, so you can relax. It's the audit of the city. I wanted to ask you just one question. Could you take that one question? And now I'm here as a roving reporter for the Brockton Residents Forum, the Jamal Brathwaite Show on Sunday mornings. I wanted to ask you one simple question. You're going to walk away from a concern. You were elected to serve the people of Brockton. You're going to walk away. I'm putting this on websites, and that people are going to see you walking away. Okay, thank you. Oh, just one question. I appreciate it. Has an external audit firm been contracted with the City of Brockton to review the school finances and or other city finances?
We've been told that it has. We have been told by the mayor that has taken place. Well, that is taking place.
Okay, one more fast question, I'll let you go. If an external audit firm has been contracted with the city, what is the name of the audit firm? What is the scope of review of the audit firm? What departments, systems, processes, and period of time will be subject to the audit review? If you could please answer, I would appreciate it. The people of Brockton are concerned about this. I hope you understand that.
I'm concerned as well. I do not have that information because that is not the charge of the city council. That is the mayor's office that is doing that, and that is the school department, the school committee that is doing that. So they are apparently, we're told, having those audits take place. What they encompass, I don't know. The city council's role is to make sure that the budgeting is appropriate. We need to look and make sure that the kids in the schools have enough. Well, we need to make sure the kids in the schools have enough money for a proper school budget, and that's my concern. Have to run to a meeting right now. Okay. I'll see you soon at our meeting.
I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just so we'll review, Councilman Minicello answered my questions. Councilman Farwell refused to answer questions from a concerned resident about the audit for the city. So I think we should all take that for what it's worth. Councilman Farwell was elected by the people to represent and serve us, and he's refusing to answer basic, simple questions. So everybody remember that. Thank you. Shirley, hi. I'm here from the Brockton Residents Forum. I'm a roving reporter. I have some questions from some concerned citizens. Would you like to answer a question?
Not at this time, thank you. I gotta get
Okay,
ready for the
it's
meeting.
okay.
What's your name?
Ripley, Richard, I'm the bad bus guy. But I'm not here about the bad issue. I'm not here for that issue.
Nice to see you, Mr. Ripley. Take care. I don't think you can block our door like that.
The policeman didn't say anything.
I think you have to move it.
How far away?
I would move to the right about 5 feet.
Okay, that was Shirley. That was Councilor Castro there. She refused to answer questions from concerned citizens on the Brockton Residents Forum. I just want to point that out. Also, that was Mr. Councilor Lally. I didn't get a chance to ask him, but he heard the same question. Okay, thank you. Would anyone like to answer some questions from a concerned resident? Are you going to walk away or are you going to answer the questions? Okay, everybody on camera, see, they're refusing to answer questions. You promised me a question. Would you grant me that? Okay. All right, well, it may take a bit more than that, but I will ask the questions. Now, these are questions are not from me. They're from the Brockton Residents Forum on Sunday with Jamal Brathwaite as the host. He wants to know if an external audit from the city firm has been contracted with the city, what is the name of the audit firm? What is the scope of review of the audit firm? What departments, systems, processes, and period of time will be subject to the audit review?
Richard, let me just put it to you like this. Well, I'm not holding it because I'm holding that. So that's fine.
Okay.
Let me just put it to you like this, right? The same questions you are asking me are the same question that I'm asking. As of right now, we are both asking the same questions. Next.
So you don't have any answer to that? Okay. It's okay. All you can do is answer. Has an external audit firm been contracted with the city of Brockton to review the school finances or the city's finances?
Let me just put it to you like this. I think you can reach out to the mayor's office. Don't forget.
That's not what I asked you. I'm asking you as a city councilor who was elected by the people to serve and represent them.
Yes, I understand. But I think what you should do in terms of this question, Richard, you can call the mayor's office.
But I'm not doing that. I'm asking you. You were elected by the people to represent and serve the people. I'm a concerned citizen. I'm asking you a basic, simple question. You're a lawyer. You're educated. It's not a difficult question to answer. I would appreciate, and the people of Brockton, concerned residents, would appreciate if you would give me a straight answer and don't tell me to go to the mayor's
Let
office.
me just put it to you like this. I would advise you to reach out to the mayor's office, and they will take it from there.
Okay. One last question. What role does the city council have in providing financial oversight of school spending?
Well, I mean, I think, as you know, I was elected as well, the school committee people. The budget is coming up, I'm assuming June, July, so we'll see what happens when we get there. That's the best I can tell you.
Okay. Can I get you one final question? One simple question. I've tried that, but you won't return my phone calls. You lie to me on the phone, and you won't return my phone calls. Are you going to continue to lie to me now and say you'll contact me later? I've asked you questions on the phone. What is the threat on the BAT buses? Do you agree that the city of Brockton, the people have a right to get on a BAT bus safely? Yes or no? That's a simple, basic question.
Let me just put it to you like this, okay? I am a very respectful person. I'm not gonna, let me just finish. Let me finish. I'm a very respectful person. What I would advise you is to somewhat, when you call, right, not saying stuff that you don't mean. Because if you are calling my phone, let me finish. If you are calling my phone over and over and over again, and the last time I saw you was when I was campaigning, right, back in if I'm not mistaken.
At Shaw's Supermarket. And also, I've only called your house twice. The first time you said you'd call me back later that afternoon, and you never did. The second time I called you was last week or 2 weeks ago, and again you said you were going to call me, and you didn't. So unless you want to stand here and answer my questions, I'm going to hunt you down around the city and continue asking questions about legitimate issues. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm trying to get answers. I've been ignored for 1 year by, not you, by other city councilors and the mayor, so that's why I'm so passionate about this. So I would like an answer to the question. Do the people of Brockton have a right to get on a BAT bus safely without the driver moving the bus? Yes or no? That's a simple question.
Richard, let me just put it to you like this, right? You asked me to talk to you, and I said, hold on. I said I was going in a meeting. On my way out, I'll talk to you, which is exactly what I did.
But you're not answering the questions. You're telling me to talk to the mayor's office. I'm talking to you. Again, you were elected by the people of this great city to serve and represent them. I'm one of those people, and I would like an answer.
Listen, I don't want to walk away from you. That's not my name.
You're not walking away from me. You're walking away from the people of Brockton.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there. Good luck.
Thank you. Just to explain that encounter with Mr. Derencourt, I've had an issue with the city over the BAT buses that I've been ignored for over a year. That's why sometimes I get a little too passionate about the issue. But I'm not a crazy person. I'm really just a nice guy who's trying to get an issue addressed. I was victimized 4 times on the bus, and I'm trying to get some answers. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not a politician. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a citizen who's concerned. I want to interact and try to make Brockton better for my grandson. And the only thing I have to do that is my voice, and that's what I'm using. I hope everybody understands that. I'm a very nice person, but when you're ignored for over a year, you get a little irritated and a little aggravated. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Thompson, I'm here with for the Brockton Residents Forum. Can you answer one simple question about the audit for me? It'll be very quick, very quick. I'm sorry, did I get your name right? You're Thompson? Okay, because I'm new to politics. I'm just an old guy trying to do my bit to help make Brockton better for my grandson. I'm Richard Ripley. I'm the BAT bus guy, but I have no questions about the BAT bus. No, I'm not here for that reason. I'm here because I'm a roving reporter for the Brockton Residents Forum. It's a show on Sunday afternoons with Jamal Brathwaite, the host. I just wanted to ask you one simple question about the audit. If an external audit from the firm has been contracted with the city, what is the name of the audit firm? What is the scope of review of the audit firm? What departments, systems, processes, and period of time will be subject to the audit review?
Well, Richard, thank you for asking that question, and they're all really good questions. Actually, we have a resolve filed, I believe, to be heard next week that will have the city solicitor before us so that we can ask some of those questions about the scope of review, what departments are involved, time frame of completion, and so those are basically the questions that we need to get answers to, and I hope that they can be given to us come the next Finance Committee meeting.
Okay, could you have time for one more quick question? If I make it really fast?
Sure, you got one.
Let me just open it up. Okay, I wanted to ask you, I do this so they can't hear me. Yeah, just one more quick question for you, Councilman Thompson. What role does the City Council have in providing financial oversight of school spending?
Well, the City Council is ultimately responsible for the budget of the whole city, including the school department. And so moving forward, I believe that the City Council needs to become more involved in the budgeting of the school department. And ultimately, I believe one of the largest issues that I think we're finding ourselves in is that over time and through tradition, there's been a wall erected between the school department and the city government. Basically, it's school department, you're over there, you have your own HR, finance, all departments on the school side, and we have similar departments on the city side. And it was the school department was an island onto itself. I think that's got to change. That tradition has to change, and the wall between the school department and the city needs to come down. I believe that can be accomplished through Chapter 7137M. That's a statute in which I'm trying to work with the city to determine how we would implement 37M, whether it benefit the city, what departments would it involve, what personnel would it involve. But ultimately, the wall that has been erected between the school department and the city must come down. And the city council, the mayor, we need to take more responsibility for what's going on in the school department.
Okay, Councilman, I thank you for answering my questions. I really appreciate the people on the residents who want these answers on the Brockton Residents Forum will appreciate that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Cheryl, Councilman Azak, could I ask you just one question? It's nothing to do with the bat buses. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to ask questions about the Brockton Residents Forum. Yeah, I'm Richard Ripley, the bat bus guy. See my red hat? Anyway, I'd just like to ask you just a couple of questions. First of all, I'm here as a roving reporter for the Brockton Residents Forum. It's a Sunday show. Jamal Brathwaite is the host. I just wanted to ask you two questions. One, has an external audit firm been contracted with the city of Brockton to review the school finances and/or the city's finances?
So that's a question for the school committee, Richard, and for the mayor. So I've asked the mayor next week we will have the city solicitor to answer some of these questions.
All right, here's one you might be able to answer. This is for the city councilor. What role does the city council have in providing financial oversight of school spending?
So once again, you're asking these questions. I wish you'd asked me them before, but
I tried to when you were in, but you were trying to get in, and I didn't want to interrupt you, so I thought I'd catch you now. Again, like I was explaining to Mr. Derencourt, the way I look at it is, and I'm not saying I'm right, but the city councilors were elected to represent and serve the people of Brockton, and I keep being told to talk to the mayor, talk to the mayor, talk to the mayor. You were elected to represent and serve the people, so I'm coming to you with the questions, and I really wish you could give me a better answer than to talk to the mayor.
I didn't tell you to talk to the mayor.
Sorry, maybe I interrupted, so maybe you tell me the truth.
So I said next week we'll have the city solicitor in front of us, and I've asked the mayor questions, and if you follow our meetings, you'll see the questions that we've asked the mayor and the responses we've received. But I'm asking questions every day, so.
Okay, I do appreciate you, Din. I have one other question. What role does the internal audit department have in providing financial oversight of school overspending?
So, if I'm understanding your question correctly, you're talking about our audit department?
I'm talking about the role, the internal audit department. Yes. What role does the internal audit department have in providing financial oversight of school overspending?
Well, I believe they're supposed to provide information on the whole city, not just the school side. But that's a question for the auditor, and.
Okay, so what questions can I ask you where I can get a good answer? Like what is your understanding of the school deficit crisis and solutions to prevent a future deficit as in your role, in your capacity as a Brockton City Councilor who is elected to represent and serve the people? Shouldn't you have some information on this? Why aren't you asking the mayor tough questions about the school committee, about the violence at the high school, about the teachers afraid to go to work? What role? Where is the city? Where are the city councilors in addressing this? You're not asking the mayor the right questions. Why, as I understand it, you're not. Why aren't you asking the mayor the tough questions?
Actually, I attended the meetings. I don't need to ask the mayor. I saw the teachers. I saw the students. I know that violence has escalated in the last few months up at the high school. My daughters are recent graduates from there. I'm at the high school all the time. There's a lack of security. So there's a lot of things that need to be done, but I think we have to start implementing things instead of just talking about them. And I know there was a group of school committee members who tried. They asked a question, but look at it got a lot of publicity and it got a lot of people to now help help Brockton figure out what we can do. So I think we are asking the questions, Richard. We're asking.
One fast question, I'll let you go because it's a little late. Anyway, I wanted to ask you, now, Mayor Sullivan stated to a Boston Globe reporter that I am ready, willing, and able to work with anybody to address this issue, meaning the National Guard, the violence, the school budget. Now, the Mayor Sullivan has had 3 years to try to do this. Do you believe Mayor Sullivan is a distraction on the school committee and is wearing too many hats and needs to step aside and let somebody else try to get in and unite the school committee to try to do what's best for the students and the teachers and the parents? In other words, Mayor Sullivan seems to think, he's a little arrogant. He seems to think that he is the only person who knows what's best for the city. And when he's on the school committee, naturally he's the mayor, so people want to defer to him and afraid of him for whatever reason. So do you believe he's a distraction and needs to step aside? And who do you think can unite the school committee to really get at the problem and do what's needed to make it better for the students and the teachers? I know that's a loaded question, but try your best.
It definitely is. But as far as the mayor goes, I can't answer for him. I mean, his position, his opinions. I think he's doing the best he can, maybe that in his way. Maybe not everybody agrees with it, but that's the way he's doing things. So can we do better? We can always do better. Can we work together? But I think each individual, whether on the school committee or on the city council or even our state delegation, we really need to think about what we can do and really just start doing things instead of just talking about them and just having meetings. So
Okay, why do you think for the last 3 years since this has been going on, the mayor as chairman of the school committee has not been able to unite the school committee to make things better for the teachers and the students? The teachers and the students always seem to be the ones that get hurt over it because nothing is done, because our leaders can't get together and put their politics and their differences aside and do what's best for the students.
So I'm going to be, I disagree with you. First of all, what the school committee, it has nothing to do with who the mayor or who the individuals or them coming together. I think they've been there. Each individual's been there for our teachers, for the students. Their job, and I'm not going to go through the whole job of what a school committee member, but their job is to make policies, procedures. They oversee the superintendent, and the superintendent oversees the rest of the school department. So their job, they're the superintendent's boss. So there's a lot involved. It's very easy to blame people, but I think we have to just all do our part, and the mayor has been the chair of the school committee for long before Mayor Sullivan, so this has been going on for a long time. I think what's happening at the high school is a problem that we're dealing with nationally. There's issues nationwide. We're a very large high school. I'm not making excuses, but I think our biggest problem is we're not enforcing the policies at the school, and we really have to toughen up with the students. We need to make sure they're following our policies. I mean, I went to Brockton High. It's a very large school, but when you have students leaving in the middle of the day, not listening to the teachers or administrators, letting people in, I mean, the security, if my daughters were still there, the security of my kids would be number one, and it didn't matter if there's always been school police up there. They're uniformed, they carry guns. I supported the National Guard.
I also supported the National. I took a lot of grief for that on a lot of websites and around the city because I said that months ago. But the National Guard, I mean, certainly we don't want them there with guns, but can they serve a role as like the school committee, the 4 individuals who wanted them to, would it be prudent to use them as monitors to like go in the bathrooms, make sure they're not having sex in there or fighting or whatever they do in the bathrooms? I'm just going by what I heard on the news. And so if you don't, So National Guard, I mean, I know a lot of school committee members don't want the National Guard, but how do we solve this? We've had years and years and years to solve this, and nothing has changed. Is it the school committee issue? Is it the mayor issue? Is it the city council issue? And the city council has to have some role in this. What role does the city council have? Certainly you don't just toss it over to the mayor because he's chairman of the school committee. The city council has to have a role to play. They were represented they were elected to represent and serve the people of Brockton. In some capacity, you have to have some role in this, in the what's going on with the school committee. Is that a fair statement?
So I can only speak for myself because we were all elected the same way by the, so I see my role as being involved, being updated with what's going on. I attend the school committee meetings, I attend city meetings, whatever meeting I can go to, I go to. So that's, I think our job is to be involved to make the right decisions. I mean, some decisions are strictly for the school committee. I mean, we can't make certain decisions for them. But where the National Guard's involved, it was an idea that 4 individuals on the school committee had. I would have liked to have seen it, whether people agreed with it or they didn't. I would have liked to have seen it go to the governor, let the governor answer us whether.
I think she answered today. She said no.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I haven't heard. But I think, you know, sometimes negative publicity may have affected her answer, you know. Sometimes the negative is much louder than the positive in our city, sadly. But, you know, I think we should have they had an idea, they asked a question, it was only fair to be answered. I don't understand the negative and the, you know, character assassinations and, you know, all the negative stuff against people. But anyway, make a long story short, if we don't get the National Guard, at least the conversation opened up to, I know Congressman Lynch was on Zoom at the last school committee meeting, so he's looking into helping us. You know, today there was a standout. I don't think all this would have happened if there wasn't talk of the, you know, maybe something negative brought something.
So what role should the parents play? I know a lot in the city, and I'm not blaming the parents, because I know some of them are a lot of one-parent families, and they can't really do what they need to do for the kids. But certainly, parents cannot send their kids to school. I mean, the school teachers and administrators are not babysitters. They're not doctors. They're not referees. Something, since our society has to change. Do you want to comment on anything that?
Sure. So I agree with you. I mean, I brought up my daughters in Brockton Public Schools, and I'm a proud graduate of Brockton Public Schools. No, the parent involvement is key.
But if the parents are one-parent families, the mother's raising a parent because the father's gone, and she's got to go to school to pay the rent and put gas in the car and feed the kids. How do we as a society get past that? Do we need to change the laws at the state or federal level to I don't want to say punish the kids, but there's got to be some line to address to. I mean, we need to devote more money to dealing with this crisis in the schools where one-parent families and to control the kids, because I sometimes I do and don't blame the parents. I understand the parents have a problem, but the parents have to understand they have to be involved somehow, or this situation is never, ever going to change.
It's very true. Parents need to be involved. We have a lot of resources. I think we can always use more funding to get more resource counselors, you know, adjustment counselors in the schools. Brockton High School, I mean, when they're at that age, they definitely need the extra, you know, extra help, I agree with you completely. How we go about that, I think it's about bringing ideas together. Everything always comes down to money. You know, obviously, if we had more money to bring in some more programs, but we have programs in place. And I just found out recently, you know, that there's no, my goodness, there's no sense of punishment. There's no detention anymore. There's no more, you know, the kids aren't held accountable. I mean, I really don't know why. I mean, I think we definitely have to relook at the laws, or is it chapter, 222, and, you know, we have to relook at the state laws and do what we need as, but in the meantime, we have to figure something out that's going to help us out. But I have to get going.
Okay. Let's see. He gave me 5 questions. I asked you that. Oh, do you know how large is the school deficit for fiscal year 2023? And are you aware of any other financial deficits in the city as a city councilor?
So as of right now, I don't have a set figure besides what was told to us at the city council meeting. We don't have a figure for the deficit. And any other deficits, I mean, anybody who watched our meeting, what was it, with the public safety building, it cost a lot more money to get rid of the contaminated, you know, building that had the rubble or whatever you want to call it to build. So things are costing a lot more than what we're expecting. And I mean, I was disappointed, but sadly very disappointed. But I think we just have to figure things out and just figure out how to keep moving forward.
Really fast, I'm going to say now the Finance Committee meeting, I saw some of that on the websites. And the gentleman from the city who gave a 20-minute review of what was going on, he was talking about in generalities about millions, tens of millions of dollars being missing, about nobody knows where the money is going to pay the teachers. Nobody's can account for anything. Certainly that can't be right for a city the size of Brockton to be. Yeah, it was a gentleman. It was in the last finance meeting. He was talking.
The school committee finance?
No, I'm talking about the.
City council?
Yes.
City council finance, who was
I'm
it?
talking about the school budget, about the money. Nobody knows where the money's going.
I'm not sure, that's the school committee meeting, that wasn't our finance meeting.
Okay, so just last really final question. Just so as I understand that you said a couple of times, the Brockton City Councilors' role in addressing the issues with the Brockton Public Schools. Can you get down to one sentence? What is the City Council's role? What role do you play in monitoring the finances and what's going on? Is there any role whatsoever that the City Council plays, or should they play?
Well, up until recently, we oversee the budget as a whole, when we have the budget hearings. So that's our role. If we could do more, we should look at it, more frequently, then that's what we should do, then that's what we will do.
Okay, I thank you for answering all my questions. Thank you very much, Councilman Isaac. Thank you. Okay, that's the City Council meeting. It's 7:47 in the evening. To review, we've had a few questions that have been answered, some very, very detailed questions and responses. But I want to also point out, so nobody forgets now, Councilman Farley refused to stop and answer questions on a legitimate issue on the audit to a concerned resident of Brockton. I think we all need to start calling him on that and find out why he refuses to answer questions. That's important. He was elected to represent and serve us. He's not doing that. If he can't do that, then he might want to change jobs or find a new line of work. But okay, I'm going to sign off now and bye.